I need a Sex, Love, and Pain 3 from Tank. Like, first of all, he made a song called Sex, Love, and Pain 2. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was called SLP, but whatever. Mm-hmm. And in the chorus, it's Sex, Love, and Pain 2. Mm-hmm. 2 ain't got nothing to do with any of the Sex, Love, and Pain. But the fact that it was part 2, he put 2 on it. Okay. So imagine Sex, Love, and Pain 3. Because you got to open your mouth a little differently when you say 3.
I got a confession.
What's your confession?
I listened, so we all know, big Tank fan.
Yeah.
We get it. I listened to the first album.
Mm-hmm.
The second album and was Sex, Love, and Pain the second album?
No, I think that was the third album. I could be wrong, though.
The second album was the one, he was in the car or something like that? It was I forgot. So it was like 3 albums that I really didn't listen to that much.
Okay.
And then after that, I listened to the other ones. Like the first one has a special place in my heart because that was like one of my first concerts with him, with Alicia Keys, whatever. And then like the ones that everyone talks about, which is Sex, Love, and Pain. Uh-huh. I never really I've listened to it now and I get it now. But I never...
You didn't get it before?
No, I didn't. I never really went and listened to them because that's when I was like, I don't know. Like, I liked the first album. I wasn't like, I have to go... I don't know. I don't know where I was. I don't know what I was doing. But the one that everyone references and they're like, I listened to that and it changed my life. Like, I wasn't there at that point.
So you don't really understand the Sex, Love, and Pain.
No, I mean I've gone back to listen to it, but when everyone else was listening to it, I wasn't on it.
I remember listening to Sex, Love, and Pain 2 in Canada, and
okay, flex.
It's Canada.
I mean, it's somewhere that's not here, right?
Whatever. Anyway,
he was traveling. I travel.
Whatever, man.
It says I travel.
I was walking down the block and I was singing lyrics that I didn't know yet, like it had just come out. And I'm just singing it because I'm like, oh my God, this is just so good.
So you like the melody.
And the Canadians was looking at me mad wild because they didn't speak English and I was mumbling for the most part because I didn't know the words. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And they looking at me mad wild and I'm like, whatever. Like, I'm going to still do me on this Canadian street singing.
You remember what they were looking at you?
They was looking at me like legit. I guess they don't do that.
They don't walk down the street and sing?
I guess not. And not in Montreal. Oh, okay. And
I
like
feel
I
like
said,
we have
it was
Montreal listeners so they can verify.
I guess maybe people don't walk down the street singing.
I mean, sometimes when you see people walking down the street singing and
it's a little
rapping,
weird.
you be like, all right, well,
like especially when you see a YN walking down the street rapping.
Baby.
What?
Shut the fuck up.
What?
Shut up. Don't say YN. For real.
Why not? As an ON.
It's nothing. It's literally as you.
Actually, somebody just hit me up and said Wiz Khalifa uses ON in his new album.
I don't think he got it from you.
I think that's debatable.
I think a lot of old niggas was like, we need something.
I think it's kind of debatable where they got it from.
I think everybody was just like, we need something.
Yeah, and I gave it to them. You're welcome.
You know, it would be funny if you said it and then mad people started saying it and he heard it because of someone else, but it came from you.
Yeah, I'm sure that's kind of how it happened.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you did that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I be doing shit for the culture.
It's a mixtape, by the way. I listened to it the other day, too.
Did you?
I'm a big Cushion Orange Juice fan, though.
That's nice.
I saw that album. I had a whole night off that album at the concert. Mm-hmm. Not like a night like I fucked. No, that was the night that like
you got robbed.
Yeah, I got robbed by some groupies, but whatever. It's here nor there, you know, you get it. But it still sticks in my head like I'm big, so I listen to it.
I don't know. You got big Les energy. I don't know if I would have robbed you if I was them.
I do.
Yeah.
You don't know what I looked like that day.
I can guess.
I wasn't dressed like the groupies were dressed.
I know.
And there's nothing wrong with whatever. You want to be a groupie, do your thing. I wasn't dressed like that, but I mean, I was feminine.
Were you?
Yeah.
Only reason I'm asking, I'm not even joking. The only reason I'm asking is because you were pretty much working that night, right?
Yeah, but I'm a big titty person. Like I would, especially at the time, like I didn't really have a butt. I wasn't really like, you know what I mean? So I always had titties. So I would wear my titties out. If I did nothing else, I would at least have, not like a whole bunch of titty out, but I would at least have a respectable amount of titties
What's
out.
a whole bunch of titty as opposed
like, it
to
wasn't like a
respectable?
whole, like, it wasn't like, oh my God, she wants us to see her titties. I just had like, it's titties in here. Like, I had like that.
So is that why? Never mind. You got a friend that always got her breasts out, and like she be having like right where the areola is supposed to start.
But some people have just bigger titties. That's what happens with bigger titties.
She's well endowed in the titty department. But she don't got no ass either. So I'm wondering, is that why she does that?
I have a friend with big titties and no ass.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
I can tell you later.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. I mean, sometimes you just you flaunt what you got.
I guess.
Or you can have no ass and still love your ass.
I'm glad men don't flaunt what they got, man, because listen.
It'll just be dicks out.
Yo, and that would be weird. Walking down the street and just seeing a whole bunch of dicks. Just...
Oh, I saw a advertisement that came across my timeline yesterday, and it was a company that sells men's leggings. And they were trying to sell it to the men like, these are like the shit. You got the denim printed leggings. You can wear that with another denim. Like, it was the way they were doing it. And all I could think about was dick being out.
Yeah.
That's all I could think about.
Which isn't a problem at always.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Would you let me get those?
You got good legs. You got really good legs.
See, that's not the answer I wanted.
But that's what leggings are for.
If I was rocking, if I had like, a monster in my pants, and you'd be like, nah, you can't do that because I don't want you showing all of that. But because I don't, I guess.
I didn't say anything.
That's what it feels like.
We're talking about leggings.
Yeah, leggings.
So you have good legs.
Uh-huh.
For leggings. You got a great thigh-calf ratio.
So just off of that, you would let me rock those in the street.
Well, here's the problem. And you think it's dick. You think everything is dick. You don't have an ass to hold the waistband up.
Fuck you.
I mean, your thighs would do a lot of the work, but once it got to your waist, it'd be a little loose. Because you don't have no butt. But that's my no butt, honestly. That's mine. I love it. You worried about the wrong thing.
That hurts my feelings.
It's okay. But baby, why?
That hurts my feelings.
Do you want an ass?
A little bit. I don't want like no monster.
I seen a nigga with a mom. I'm sorry. This was the problem. I'm in the grocery store.
And you was checking out asses?
No. This is the problem. I'm in the grocery store. And it was a white man too. Mm-hmm. In front of me in the grocery store, there's this white man. I promise you, he had to be like 6'8", like one of those. Mm-hmm. So his ass is eye level to me. He's bending down with the cart because the cart is high. Mm-hmm. So he's pushing the cart beside his girl, but his ass is out. And he is kind of like pushed out. And he got on these shorts that are a little tailored, like kind of tight. Mm-hmm. And he had an ass. There was no way I could not see his ass.
Did you tell him?
No, his girl was right there.
Oh, okay.
But he was literally in front of me, and I was like, God damn. Like, I wanted to say that. But it was in my face. There was no way I was not going to see his ass.
Yeah, see, I don't.
And I don't even know if he knows he has that ass.
No, he knows.
I don't know, or if he cares that he has that ass. Like, it was an ass.
I don't know if I would care, but I would definitely know that I had something.
Like, it wasn't like hips and ass. It wasn't like that. It was like literally he just had a great ass.
Well, the problem for men, having a great ass means nothing. Like, no. But even if I had like an amazing ass, it does nothing. Like, you don't want to look at it for real. You don't want to. You don't know what we
want to do. Baby, I slapped your ass today. I got all that thigh right in my grip in the palm of my hand, and I liked it. Did you like? I liked it.
I don't even remember that.
You was laying on the bed. I said, "Bow."
You did that?
Open hand.
Was I awake?
Yeah. I said, "Open hand." I said, "Bow."
And it didn't jiggle or nothing.
No, it did. I felt it, but that's what I wasn't looking for like an earthquake. I want a little rumble. But I love ass. I love a nice little ass. I mean, I don't want an ass that's gonna upstage my ass. Okay. But I want it to be It could be
Is it the
sexual.
same thing with a threesome, like with a woman? Like, you
No,
want
I don't care
ass
about
on-
that.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't care about that ass.
Okay.
Because that ass is for me also. When you have a bigger ass than me, that's not, you know what I mean?
I get it. It's not like you're competing.
Yeah, it's like, but that is.
Well, it's like we're competing.
But it's, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
You
I
get it.
I get
yeah,
it.
so
I get
it's
it.
fine.
Okay.
It's fine, baby.
Okay, man. It's J-Rod.
Kristen Sivills.
And then we, the podcast, the fast growing podcast in...
Where are we at today?
I don't know. I didn't look.
Whoa, it's good. You're going really far.
The Bronx.
Okay, you just want to say that.
Yeah, man.
Y'all probably not even listening to us. Nah.
Yeah, man. Honestly, that was the only thing I didn't do today was look to see where we were the fastest growing podcast at.
But it's okay. It's all right. We started recording a little bit late. So.
Yeah, a lot of bit late. You know what I mean? We had to take care of some stuff, but whatever.
Yeah.
Let's get into my favorite part.
Bitches love lists.
Yeah, man. Another week, another list. And this list is pretty cool, man. Top 6 things you wished you learned sooner.
Yeah.
6 things you wish you learned sooner. You know, this one was kind of hard for me to come up with some stuff because I feel like I learned everything late.
Okay.
Like
I thought you were
everything.
staying. I thought it was gonna be another trauma episode. He was like everything that I wish.
Now, this might get into some traumas.
I'm just sad. I was a sad kid. Like, baby, we get it. You was a sad kid.
Damn, but
And
nah.
I'm not being dismissive
No,
when I
you
say
are.
that.
You are.
But you're an
Women
adult.
don't care about men's mental health.
Shut the fuck up.
Y'all don't.
But you sometimes we use a lot of our excuses for how we act as stuff that we went through when we were younger, which is understandable, but also you can grow from that. You can't just be like, well, it's because when I was younger I got bullied and you 40. Like you have to come out of that eventually. Or at that point, you got to stop saying, I can't keep making excuses. Like, I am who I am now as a person, and I can grow from this. Like,
I think that's a very controversial statement.
it could be, but
I think it is.
There are things that I felt or went through when I was younger that I made a conscious effort to be like, I cannot be miserable my entire life because I'm letting these things hold me back.
No, I understand what you're saying, and I semi-agree, but I also think that if you don't have the right tools or you don't have the knowledge to know that you need certain tools to do those things.
But you have the tools. I'm talking about you. I mean, if you don't have the tools, or you not strong, or you not emotionally okay, that's cool. I'm sorry. I'm talking about you.
I don't listen. Just because I can reflect off of things that were bad doesn't mean that is necessarily active trauma.
I'm not saying forget things, but then when we talk about anything from childhood, you just be like, well, everything was terrible. I hated everything.
Everything wasn't terrible.
Nobody. That's how. If you listen to
Most
this
of it.
podcast,
Most of it.
you would think that you had the worst childhood ever in your life. You would think you had no friends. Your parents didn't care about you. That your family didn't care about you. You wouldn't give. When I met your family, I was surprised they loved you. When I met them, I was like, God, y'all fuck with him, because if I would have. I never would have known. I wouldn't have known you had loving parents, people that cared about you.
Yeah, I had a friend once that told me, I can't believe you have parents because you seem like...
You seem like an you. And there's if you're an orphan.
I ain't never heard nobody say you got orphan swag.
If you're an orphan, this is not against you. But he made it seem like there was no one at home.
I'm sure I didn't.
That baby.
What?
I'm married to you, and I met your parents, and I was surprised.
That's crazy.
That you came from at least from the outside looking in, a semi-stable household. Like, the fact that they loved you and cared about what you were doing and supported your dreams. Nigga, you live like a nigga his dreams have never been supported.
What you mean?
Like, you know how you go to or you see on TV where they'll be like, I want to be a singer, and your family's like, you gotta be a doctor.
Right.
Singing, don't put food on the table. You know what I mean? You live like that was your life, and it is literally the opposite of your life.
Okay. I don't understand how I live like that, but...
I don't know. But why is everybody surprised that you have parents?
Because y'all are weird, man.
Are we weird? Like you just want to be on the range so bad. You want to be a runaway. That's what you got, runaway energy. That's what it is. It's not. It's you got the energy of somebody that's just like, I gotta live on the lam. I gotta get food from scraps. I gotta eat live squirrels in the woods.
Oh
Like,
my gosh, no.
you
man.
had plates. I had some of your mama plates. She can cook. Like,
that is not true.
I'm just confused, but it's okay.
I'm just, I separate myself from those experiences.
The good ones?
Nah, not necessarily.
That's what it seems like. It seems like you have the good ones, but you was like, but this made me harder.
No.
This is where my story is. If we get a show, I got to tell this story.
Yeah, man.
That's weird.
Hey.
I'm not discounting that you went through things, baby. I understand that. But you do live as if you were the only one who's ever dealt with your things.
No, I don't. I think that, and maybe it's just the type of person I am, negative things have more of an effect on me than positive things.
I think that is a person. That's like when you get comments.
Okay, so yeah, then what's the problem?
Because you don't come out of it.
What you mean?
We talk about our daughter all the time and how she want to live in a Netflix movie.
Right.
How she'll take on the problems of other people. Not saying you did that, but she'll do that and harp on things and become a person that is developed from someone else's emotions. You do that with old emotions as a grown person.
I don't think so. I don't think I have anything from my past that defines me now.
At least on this podcast, it defines our top 6. Every time we have a top 6 and it's about anything
No, you know what it is?
What?
It's because you make it seem like you had the greatest childhood ever. And when I bring up things that are not so great, you're like, damn, that also?
No, I don't make it seem like I have the greatest childhood ever, but I recognize what I enjoyed from my childhood.
Right. I didn't enjoy much in my childhood.
Damn.
Just period. I enjoy going outside and playing sometimes.
All right, we're not doing any more top 6s that have anything to do with before you became an adult. Before you became an adult, you've never experienced that.
Let me see.
You know how you get relationships and you like, I never dated anybody before.
All of these are after I became an adult, at least on my part of the top 6.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's
so
fine.
These are the top 6 things you wish you learned sooner. Number 6, you want to go first? I go first. All right. Number 6, your parents aren't always right. I didn't learn that until college. I was in a classroom. I've told the story before. I was in a classroom with a professor, and he just hit us with it. He was like, folks, your parents aren't always right. And when he said it, it was like a light bulb went off. Because before then, I never realized that my parents could be wrong. Everything they said had to be the right thing. Like everything. And it was so crazy because I didn't even realize that everything they said had to be the right thing.
It's most adults. I think a lot of the times we look to adults to have all the answers.
No. I knew adults that were wrong as fuck.
Oh, okay.
I've been calling adults out since I was like 6 or 7.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I was doing that, but then I was young, so I would question myself and be like, am I too young to understand that they might be right and I just think they wrong?
Never questioned that. I always knew they were wrong. Fuck them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But my parents, I always thought they were right, especially my mother. Like, I was like,
well, yeah,
she is the guru on everything.
That's what you think.
Yeah, exactly. And then when he said that, it was just like, okay, let me put this on for size. And I just started thinking about things. And I don't even think it was like thinking about things from the past. I think it was like from that last week.
Yeah, it would be like regular stuff.
Yeah, and I was like, goddamn, she is wrong.
I didn't learn that until, I was past at least college age.
Really?
I don't think it was really until the oldest got older. And then I started realizing things that I would rather do that were different from the things that my parents would suggest me to do. And I was like, I don't really want to do that. But I thought that feeling of not really wanting to was kind of like, I would question myself. Like, maybe I just don't know. And maybe what they're saying makes sense. And then I would realize that, no, I kind of can do, I can do what I want to do. Yeah. But it was different. It was hard.
No, I get that. But yeah, your parents aren't always right. I learned that maybe way too late. Not even way too late. Just late enough to fuck up some other thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I would have known that maybe a year prior to that. That would have changed like so many things.
Okay.
So many things, man. These are the top 6 things you wish you learned sooner. Number 5.
High school popularity does not translate into adulthood.
Oh man, yeah.
It don't. First of all, when you become an adult, and you around different people. So if you were popular in high school, you get around it. That don't mean that you're gonna be popular when you get there.
Very true.
And it kind of shapes the way that you move throughout high school. And I learned it late, but then I started seeing it more in our kids, and I'm like looking at them like, nobody's gonna give a fuck about this. I promise you. When you get out of school, you're not gonna give a fuck about what these people say. Like, that's not gonna matter to you. You can build great friendships and all that other stuff, but like, a lot of kids are closed. Like, they're not really who they are, who they like really are, because they trying to fit in and do all this other shit. But once you leave them doors, like, you in the world with other people that are weird like you, different like you, into the same things that you're into. Like, it's not gonna matter. You just in a school learning some shit.
Right. And I get that.
This is a closed, small group of people. And I know a lot of people that were like, you know, they was like the who's who of everybody in high school. And they cool. You know, it doesn't have the same effect once they've left.
I don't even remember who was cool in high school.
And some of the people that were super cool, like, they didn't want to be that. Like, I've seen people, or we quote unquote thought were cool, or whatever the definition of cool was. I've seen people completely change from the person they were in high school. And I think it's because they were never really that person. They were scared to be who they really were because everybody was looking at them to be whatever. And they're completely different people now.
Yeah.
I always kind of stayed like mid-radar. Like, I knew everybody, and I've always been nice to everybody. So I knew all different ranges of people. And I was just like, okay, well, I'm straight. Like, nobody picked on me, but I was also funny, so it ain't but so much you could say to me where I'm gonna say something back. But like, I just wish that, I know there were parts of me that I probably held back. Like, I was supposed to be class clown I was supposed to be voted class clown in school. But only the people that knew me knew I was funny, or people that like sat near me knew I was funny. So I was nominated, but a lot of those people didn't know I was funny because I was kind of just to myself and stayed in my little bubble because I didn't want to say the wrong thing. Somebody joke, you know what I mean? So the people that nominated me knew, but everybody else didn't know. And they voted somebody else that was like class clown. And like, I don't know if they're necessarily funny. Actually, I don't remember who was voted class clown. Now that I remember.
Nah, you was about to dog on them. Go ahead.
No, I really don't remember who it was now that I think about it. But
that nigga ain't funnier than me now.
And I think they were funny in high school. If I'm thinking about who, if it's who I think I remember it is, I think he was funny. But again, I was nominated, but it was only the people that knew me that knew I was funny. And so I didn't open up as much. But like little things like that, like, it didn't matter. Who gave a fuck? Like,
yeah.
I just feel like there was so many other opportunities that probably I could have been opened up to, or other people I know that were talented in other areas but didn't want to pursue that shit because they didn't want to get talked about or whatever.
I get it.
But yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, I wish I would have known that in high school. So that's where I'm at.
All right. Well, these are the top 6 things you wish you learned sooner. Number 4. Massage parlors' happy endings are trash. They aren't worth it.
They
are not worth it. They're not trash. Depending on what massage parlor you go to, not trash. But are they worth it? No.
How many have you had?
Not a lot.
What is that? One is more than, I know of. Like, it's not like a regular thing. So how many have you had?
Not a lot.
What does that mean?
Not a lot. Like, I could probably count on one hand.
You use all your fingers or no? I don't know. Do you?
What? No, I don't think so.
Okay, so why are they not?
Because
are they working too fast? Like, is it a lot of friction? Are they doing too much? Like, what is it?
I think it's a combination of one, I like a personal experience.
You want to kiss him? You want to kiss the fuck out of a massage therapist?
I mean, get my little kink on. Nah, not even that. But I like if you going jerk, you know what I'm saying? If you going like
look at me.
Nah, not even.
No.
You gotta know how I like it.
They don't ask no questions before
They
the
don't.
happy ending?
They just think they know what they're doing. And then afterwards, you finish, finally, and they ask for a tip.
I just feel like if they ask you what you like, that kind of defeat. Like after that, I'm not gonna want to do it no more. Like I'm doing it because I'm in the moment. Like I'm massaging, and I'm like, maybe I could touch some dick, and then I go do the dick thing. But I feel like if I ask the question now, I gotta fuck or something. Like now it's too much.
Nah, that's the thing though. Like they go in it and they're just, they massage a little bit, and you know what kind of massage parlor you in because as soon as they start massaging, you know if it's a good massage or not. Mm-hmm. And it's like this bitch ain't got no kink out yet. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then they go around and then they get to it.
So when it's not a good massage is when they
you about to get a nut.
Well, I don't know if I like that.
What you mean?
Because I don't want to pay. I want a full body experience. If you gonna do that, that's cool. But I came here for the thing.
I think you gotta go to an erotic massage for that.
To get all the things.
Yeah, for like a good massage and a good nut.
I need to know what else I
I've been looking.
You have for real?
I've been looking. You can't find it on the internet, obviously.
What do? You gotta ask people.
I don't know. I'm about to ask ChatGPT though.
I'm over it. I'm over this relationship you and ChatGPT have. Y'all are way more intimate than I thought. Because you know that bitch got a brain, got a personality.
So she gonna know exactly.
It's a little bit like cheating, baby. It's real.
Not cheating.
For real. It is. You emotionally cheating.
I don't tell her my deepest, darkest secrets.
I told you the one that I don't like is the emotional cheating. That's the one that gets me the most. You start coming home and be like, let me tell you about my day, bitch. Wait.
But no, I haven't gotten to the talking to ChatGPT yet.
Because you want to develop a relationship.
No, I'm still typing. I haven't gotten to the voice, but my boy told me, I should get into the voice one. So
is your boy fucking ChatGPT?
No.
Well, why? What do y'all be talking about?
It's your boy too.
But what y'all be talking about when y'all be
I don't
like,
talk about that.
Yo, you should really talk to her. She understands you better than that bitch ass wife you got at home. You just ask her a question. She got common sense.
No, I'm just saying, baby. ChatGPT know a lot more than you do.
About you? About you?
No.
What y'all be talking about? For real. Because I know all that ain't just making flyers. What you and that bitch be saying? And can you choose the accent like you do with Siri? Is it the same thing?
I don't know. I haven't gotten to that part
You
yet.
don't need to get to that. Just ask her regular ass questions.
No.
Like, bitch, what width is this? How many centimeters are in a foot? Like, ask her regular shit. Can you design this flyer? Use her like a personal assistant, but not like that. Not like that.
Oh, damn.
No. Okay.
I'm glad I ain't got a personal assistant, man.
Okay.
That would just cause friction and now I'm at Hirsch.
I know exactly what's going to happen. I know exactly what's... Please don't let you just be able to pick a voice on that. That bitch going to be Spanish. I already know.
Like, K?
Yeah. I'm going to come out the room. Who the fuck said K in here? Who said hola? I'm going to beat that bitch up. I know you. I know what you like.
Oh, my gosh. These are the top 6 things you wished you learned sooner. Number 3.
This is a combo. Giving head and riding dick is not as easy as it looks on film. I think that, especially when you watch porns and stuff, it's a lot of riding, it's a lot of giving head. They do a lot of that shit, and I just don't think it's that easy. They make it look like...
You don't think you should know. You've done both.
I mean, I'm not saying I can't do it, but I think riding, there's so much rhythm in it, and like you gotta do more work than it looks like you're doing. On film, it just kind of looked like that's the main position that everybody is in. Like, I don't do that much riding. You know what I mean? It makes it look like that's the main sex is the riding. Like when you watch it in movies or whatever, like films and TV shows or whatever, they got the girl is riding the dude and the cover is up like around her waist and you see, like that's what they say sex is. But it's not that easy. And if we going for...
What you mean it's not that easy?
I mean, I'm not saying I can't do it, but like the easier position to go to, like I think the most frequent position would be missionary. Like if I'm watching the show, like when you go and fuck.
Okay. And what about the head?
Head is harder too. I've never watched a show, like a regular show, and seen them gag. It's a porn, yeah, maybe, and it's for dramatic effect. I think their gag reflex is better than that. I think they lying and they just trying to make it feel accessible to the regular throat. But I think that on regular shows, I think they should show more realistic shit like gagging. Or they should show a sex scene where they go to fuck and she's like, oops, I'm on my period. Like, I think some of this stuff is just not... Okay. It turned into something else. It turned into sex scenes not being realistic. But in reality, I think that gagging, sucking dick and riding is just it's not that easy. And I wish I would have known, because I think I fucked a couple of people and just not been good off the fact that I thought I knew what I was doing going in.
So when do you think you learned what to do?
Riding.
Okay. It might be a different answer.
Maybe my last relationship. But I think maybe my last relationship.
Damn.
Yeah, I think I was just out here just hopping on dicks. I don't think I had a rhythm. I think I was just bopping and just boop, boop, boop. I think I was just bopping.
Now, why do you think that? Like, what makes you think that you wasn't good at riding back in the day?
Because I don't think I really understood it, if we're being completely honest. I don't think that I really like understood what was happening. I think I put my body in the position that I thought it was supposed to be in for riding because it's what I saw, but I wasn't enjoying it for me. Like I saw women doing, making all the noises, doing all the shit and bouncing on dicks. So I was literally just bouncing on dicks and making noises. I wasn't getting any pleasure from it. And I was like, this is what they like, because that's what they show on Skinamax and all that other shit. That's what they do on a soft porn. Like, that's why they be in it. And I'm like, maybe I just don't have the same G-spot as everybody else because it's not hitting that inside of me.
Okay.
I'm just bouncing.
Okay.
Beep, bop, boop, on shoobity-doo-doo on the dick. I'm just shoobity-doo-dop on the dick. That's all I'm doing. So, yeah, I think it wasn't until maybe my last relationship I was like, okay, like I kind of understand what's happening now.
Uh-huh.
And I don't think a lot of people gonna admit that, but fuck y'all. And I think with you, I'm like, okay, I really I understand my body in it too.
Okay. And what about head?
The head part, right?
Yeah. You don't do it often, so I don't know.
I still don't think I've mastered that one. I think
practice makes perfect.
I think that I'm doing okay. Like I know what to do, and when I'm in it, I'm in it. But I don't think I've found a smooth rhythm where there aren't as many difficulties because I can see things. I see videos where women are just going into dick, sucking it. They just, they just sucking dick, and they don't pull back and say that's too much. They don't like adjust their mouth. They just go into the dick sucking like I know exactly where to position the dick in my mouth. What to do with my teeth. Like they go into it. I know what to do, but there is a
thought process.
There is a period of time in the beginning where you just want to make sure it's right. Where you make sure it's fit in the right place to start doing the suction. You know what I mean? Like there's a part in your mouth it's gotta lay for you to be like, all right, this is it. You know how sometimes you put a dick in?
No, I don't know.
Listen.
No,
when you put a dick in and you think that it's in the right position, and then I gotta adjust you because that's not the angle of the hole I want you to be in.
I don't pay attention to that.
Well, that's what it is. It goes in. It's just gotta be a comfortable place in my throat. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Just know that that's what I'm going through. When you suck my dick, like I need a period of time for adjustments in the beginning.
I'm not doing this with you, man.
Why?
These are the top 6 things you wish you learned sooner. Number 2, I wish I knew that I had social anxiety. I thought I was just a fucking weirdo that didn't like the club and didn't like being around, because I'm a very friendly person. I'm very shut the fuck up.
You do.
I'm very energetic, and I like meeting people one-on-one.
Yeah.
But and I think it started like in high school when I really noticed it. No, it didn't. It started before high school. The first party I went to, I just felt so fucking out of place and weird and uncomfortable. And, you know, I just chalked it up to, oh, it was the first time I don't know how to dance, you know, and when all throughout high school, you go to high school dances and everybody's excited about it. And I'm like, nah, B, this
Why
ain't
am I
even-
not excited about being here?
Yeah, this is not my thing. Like even for prom and you know, junior prom, and I went to like 3 or 4. Like I was just not in it at all.
Yet you hosted parties.
Yeah, I needed money.
Yeah.
Like literally I needed money. I hated doing it.
It's because people complain about using the words like anxiety and like all these things. They complain about putting words on them, but we also like did not understand what was happening.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
I didn't understand it until much later. Like maybe I was in my 20s, but late 20s. Yeah, and it was around hosting clubs. I remember somebody I was in need of some money, and the people didn't come to me to host some party, and I felt some sort of way. I'm like, nigga, you ain't gonna pick me to host a party? Like I'm the nigga. And they was like, nah, because you don't like you don't come on time and you don't like staying. And at first I was like, nigga, that's only a couple of times. Then I thought about it. I was like, yo, I really don't. And then when I started thinking about it even more, I was like, oh, it's because I hate being in here. This atmosphere literally makes me feel physically sick. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I wish I knew I had social anxiety, because I would have carried things a lot differently.
Yeah.
You know, and I would have been happier in a lot of ways, understanding that. Like, oh, okay, this is just not my shit. And I could have really went through things a lot smoother. You know what I mean? Instead of always fighting that feeling of, damn, I wish, you know, I could go into this club and feel fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
So,
I
yeah.
completely understand that. I get it.
And now, this is the number 1 thing you wish you learned sooner.
It might not be number 1 to y'all. A lot of these things are just we just filling them out. We write things down, and whatever ends up being number 1, that's what it is.
Sometimes.
I wish that I knew that perms were going to damage my hair sooner, because I would never have taken my senior pictures with that thin ass bang that I had. And I got to live with that shit for the rest of my life, because we were just out here thinking like our hair wasn't manageable. We couldn't do nothing with it. And we got a perm, and I was putting perms in consistently. And I have so many pictures, and you haven't seen a lot of them, but so many with just a thin ass ponytail. Like the wind is just blowing through my hair. You see the wind blowing, like it just looks fucking ridiculous. I wish that I knew way before I just cut all my hair off and started fresh. Because if I would have just kept my hair unpermed, just whatever. My hair was long when I was young. It was like down the middle of my back. And then perms started happening. And of course you do a perm because everybody doing a perm. But my hair would have been way healthier. It would have just been longer. It would have been better. And I know a lot of us wish that shit. Because that shit, it affects your brain. It does all kinds of shit from what they say. I have thought about perming my edges, but that's neither here nor there. Like it was a thought. I saw somebody else do it that had natural hair. And I straighten my hair now, but like, I wish I knew. I also wish I knew mustard was good back in the day.
What?
I never liked mustard, but I fuck with it. I use Dijon a lot. Like I fuck with mustard hard. I fuck with mustard heavy as a bitch. I watch people fry chicken, put mustard in there. I'm like, I'm not eating that mustard chicken, but you don't really taste it. You know what I mean? Like I fuck with mustard.
Okay.
You like mustard?
Yeah, I fuck with mustard.
You always did?
Not always, but from like 8 or 9.
You know what I used to not fuck with? Eggs. Until I got pregnant.
Like ever until you got pregnant?
I could not. It made me throw up. I hated eggs. And then when I got pregnant, I craved eggs, and I made eggs every night.
I don't remember when I started liking eggs, but when I was younger, I wasn't like an egg person.
Yeah.
And then one day I just had a good scrambled egg, and
ever since then, huh?
yeah, I was on it.
I can even tolerate bad eggs now, but I wasn't like fucking with no eggs.
Nah, you know the fucked up part?
What?
I didn't have like the eggs I really enjoyed until going to hotels and getting like soft scrambled eggs.
Oh, I used to love me a fake egg.
Oh, or fake eggs.
When I worked at Bojangles, I was tearing them fake scrambled eggs up.
But the thing is, my parents, they always made eggs hard. Like they scrambled hard. So I was liking eggs, and I didn't even know what the other side was like.
The soft side.
Yeah, I didn't even get to my pinnacle egg yet.
Damn, your whole life been hard, huh? Everything. Hard eggs. It's hard life.
What the fuck ever, man.
It's okay, baby.
That right there was the top 6 things that you wish you knew sooner.
I thought we was going to do that whole thing where we talk the same. I watched this video of these twins.
I didn't even finish my spiel.
Oh, damn. Go ahead.
If you have some things you wish you would have learned sooner, put it in the comments, whether it be on the YouTube, whether it be in the iTunes. I know Spotify has a section where you can put comments. Put them down. Let us know what things that you wish you would have known sooner.
I watched this video, I think on Facebook or something yesterday, and they were interviewing these twins that always spoke in tandem.
Oh, yeah, I seen that.
That was creepy.
I couldn't figure out if it was real or not.
It was that, but then some of the things they would say, it was kind of like, how did you know she was going to say that?
Right.
But they would wait for each other to say stuff.
See, the one on the right wasn't really, like, she was waiting.
Yeah.
It was like she was following. I could tell
Yeah.
she wasn't the lead twin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the one on the left, when she switched and the one on the right started talking, matter of fact, I got on my Instagram right now. When she started talking, she already knew what the other one was going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they did ask him a couple questions where it was like, I know they didn't rehearse this.
Oh, no. The thing was, I couldn't tell if it was the same person and they just did a good green screen or some shit like that.
They was identical as
that
fuck.
was real.
They're identical as fuck.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
How was your week?
I don't know. How was my week? I mean, it was okay. I think it was okay. I did some more Instacart and I did go back. I know I lied. I said I wasn't gonna do it, but I mean, why not? You know,
Because that's a cry for help.
baby, we're not doing that today. Okay. But why not? There's time during the day. You just shopping. I shop all the time anyway. That's a problem of mine. I'm always trying to figure out what to do for dinner. I'm never prepared. Dinner is always on the spot, whatever we have in that day. So I did a little bit of that, and I went to the ER yesterday, but I'm fine. It was just I'm fine. But no, I think I had an okay week. Did I? Did we do anything this week?
No.
We didn't do anything, right?
I was going to say my week was a blur. I don't even remember.
We were supposed to do some stuff last weekend. We were supposed to go to a birthday party and all that, and we couldn't. You was in a lot of pain. You were in a lot of pain last week, and we couldn't do shit. We were supposed to also go to Richmond. We were supposed to do a couple of things.
We were supposed to go to Richmond.
We were supposed to go to a birthday party. We were supposed to go to Richmond, but you were in pain. But you feeling better now?
Yeah.
Now that you have you got a couple of remedies.
I guess, but like I was in pain last night, and I woke up this morning with no pain at all. So I don't fucking know.
I think you're starting to see what works for you. You found a couple of things that can kind of manage.
But that's just
bit.
gout.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the gout because that's not what hurts most days.
Well, why not just take away the pain from one of the things?
No, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not worried about that though. The pains that, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So it was kind of a blur. We didn't really do anything.
Yeah, it's been a very lackluster week.
Yeah, I need my hair done, but other than that,
I need an edge up.
I just need
I
something.
ain't had one in a minute.
I know. It's been a while. No, I mean, we both know it's been a while. You know, look at me like that. But, I mean, we can tell. Baby, come on. It's fine. It's all right.
Why you gotta say we?
Because people are watching. People are watching, and I know they know.
All right. I'm sorry about the question of the day this week. I'm gonna just put that out there. I didn't really have one, and I just went into my bag of if all else fails questions.
This, yeah.
And this was terrible. But we're gonna see what these answers be like. Question of the day: what was the last grudge you held?
The last grudge I held?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't really hold it though.
Okay.
One of the kids spazzed out, as he does occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't listening to me at all. Like, he was just spazzing out. He was screaming, whatever. And, typically, sometimes the babies will have meltdowns.
Mm-hmm.
They're not babies. They're going to be 7 in 10 days. But they'll have meltdowns or whatever. He had a meltdown. And this day, I was just, not feeling it. So I was like, I'm going to give him the cold shoulder. Like, I'm not... I dealt with it, but I was so angry with him, even though I knew that he is prone to meltdowns.
And he can't help it.
Yeah, and he can't help it. I get it. But this day, I was not having it. And this was a couple days ago.
You gave my baby the cold shoulder.
I tried to, but then he came and said, Mommy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for yelling. I'm sorry for throwing whatever he was throwing number blocks. And I was like, all right. Tried to have an attitude. And then he was like, I'm so sorry. And then he gave me a hug and a kiss. And I was like, you fucking cute ass little shit.
Aww.
So I don't really I try not to hold grudges. I've tried in my older years not to hold grudges.
Okay.
Because, there's been people, they've done something to me years ago or something, and I'll be like, I'm not fucking with them. But, I don't care anymore. If you thought we had a grudge, I don't fucking care. I don't care. There are people that probably think I do not like them. I promise you,
You don't.
I don't fucking care. No, there are people that are not my favorite people,
Right.
but I don't not like I just don't care. I don't care.
Okay.
What's the last grudge you held?
I held a grudge with a nigga for almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Because so I had I used to do open mic nights.
Mm-hmm.
That was my thing. I would host them, and I used to love hosting them.
Mm-hmm.
So I had found a new spot. It was a dope spot. I had sang there a couple of times, so I knew what the venue's vibe was.
Mm-hmm.
And talked to the owner. He's like, "Yeah, you can get your night." And I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be great."
Mm-hmm.
But during my open mics, I also would perform.
Mm-hmm.
Much like I guess the Fuzz Band a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
If you are from the 757 area, then Fuzz Band are everything. They used to be everything to us back in the early 2000s. And
I think they still be doing stuff.
no, they do. But
they opening up
back
the
in the
Dome.
day, it used to be
I think they're
Fuzzy
opening
Wednesdays.
up the Dome.
The Dome. I don't know what that is.
It's a new venue they're opening out here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I would do, I would rehearse with a band, and we would come up with different songs, and I'll have about 5 to 10 songs that I have in my back pocket to continue the night. So the night was continuously going with entertainment. And I had practiced for about 2 weeks. I'm excited, and I get to the venue that night, and no one fucking shows. The band doesn't fucking show, and people are just starting to come into it because you promoted the night and everything. People coming in, and I had to call I had to call another guy to come and bring his band last minute. I had to pay him, like an extra like $300 off the top, which he was giving me a deal. You know what I mean? Because he knew I was in a crazy spot. But yeah. And the dude that set it up, he was supposed to be like my boy. Like at the time, I was hanging out with him damn near every fucking day. You know what I'm saying? So, for him, and I called him, I texted him, I did everything. He would not answer the phone for nothing. And yeah, I didn't talk to him for years, for almost like 10 years.
What made you talk to him?
I got tired of holding the grudge because I don't really have like a lot of enemies. And
you have enemies?
I don't think so. Not
I think
anymore.
that's something that you should go into a relationship saying.
What, that you have enemies?
Yeah. You got to say, you got enemies?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. You know what I mean? Like I'm not that person. So one day I was on Facebook and I was just like, let me just say what's up to this nigga, man. And came out the blue and he was just so happy and apologetic.
Oh, he probably always wanted to talk to you.
Probably. You know what I
I
mean?
really don't understand how niggas be liking you like this.
What you
I don't
mean?
get it. You are such an asshole. I just don't understand any of this. We had this conversation like yesterday. I said, I don't understand when your friends are going through stuff. Why do they call you? I would never call you.
One of my friends is going through something with her father and she been hitting me up constantly.
I would never call you to console me. You are my husband, and I call you because you're my husband. Of course, like me, but like if you were my regular friend, you would not be the nigga I would be like, let me call him so I can be comforted.
Nah, because you know what? Because I don't try to comfort.
And I don't want that. I
don't try to comfort.
This ain't the time for you to be like, I'm giving you the real shit. No, nigga, I'm crying.
I make a joke about your situation.
Yo, I just don't understand. I don't understand. Like, I mean, friends be calling you life or death. It be anything. When they sad, I'm calling Gerard for a pick-me-up. Nigga. What?
Hey, man.
That's insane.
I'm a good friend,
not for me. You're a good husband. But a good friend, I just don't. You a good friend, like you actively are a good friend, but I just don't understand it. I would never. I would call you after I have gone through the trial and tribulation.
When did you learn that about me?
To update you on how it went. Last week I was sad. Like you would find out after I was done being sad. Last week was tough. Really? What happened? Let me tell you.
When did you learn that about me though? That I don't like do well with consoling and shit like that.
I don't know. I think it was early.
Was it?
No. I just know that your friends tell you a lot, and a lot of the times you're an asshole about it. And I'm like, do they like the punishment? Because I started looking at your friends like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, he not saying anything that I'm gonna be like, I gotta hear this. If I'm going through it, I gotta hear this from him. Like, you would just be an asshole. And I'm like, why the fuck they keep calling you?
I don't know.
And they love it. I don't understand.
I take people away from their thoughts.
What?
Okay.
You're a vacation for them?
Yeah.
I don't want to go to that resort. You understand? I don't want to go to the resort where everything is just shit. I needed to be some sun. I needed to be some waves. Like, I want calmness at the resort. I don't want to go there.
I give my friends comfort. It's just in my own way.
All right. Y'all just be trauma bonding all the fucking time. That's what it is.
Nah, I don't even like trauma bond with people. I don't like trauma bonding.
Okay.
Like, I got one friend that now we're talking a lot more lately. And he literally has an issue every day. And the only thing I do is listen. I just listen.
Well, when I say trauma bonding, maybe it's not bonding for you, but maybe you being an asshole is a bond for them because maybe they've been through that and it's relatable. Maybe they being talked shit to.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's low key abusive.
Hey, some people like that.
They gotta stop. They gotta stop. I don't understand.
All right, man. Let's get into the question of the day, though. What was the last grudge you held? Let's see. We ain't got a lot of them, so.
My sister friend took something of mine. I ignored her for 6 months because she denied it. Don't you hate when you know somebody lying and they don't never admit that they lying?
Nah, fuck that.
What do you mean?
Don't admit it.
Oh, I always know when you lying. I'm really good at reading people when they lying. I think because I lied so much in my I don't even know how to lie now because it don't feel right. But I was good at it at a point. But like now I can't even do it. I can't do it anymore. But I always know when people are lying. My dad left to get milk 34 years ago, been lactose intolerant ever since. Damn. Like why? But why is it milk?
Because, man, that seems like a simple pickup from the store. I was watching the Cosby Show last night, and it was the episode where Theo threw Rudy to the wall and she hit her face. So in it, they go to the ER or whatever, and the lady was talking about how she married her husband, and on their first anniversary, he went to go get a pack of cigarettes and never came back. She was like, I guess the line was super long because he never came back. And I was like, oh, man, that ain't what I would say I was going to get.
What would you go get?
I would go get a bag of chips.
Why?
I don't know. It just feels a little bit more, concise.
Temporary?
Yeah.
Because it's a snack. It's not a meal.
Yeah,
And that's temporary.
Yeah, I want you to know after like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
it
like
might be.
Chips. All you gotta do is grab them.
Exactly.
You can go around the corner and grab some chips.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, you ain't gotta go to no Wegmans and nothing like that.
I'm telling you. So after like 30 minutes, you like, is he okay?
Yeah.
Then I don't answer my phone, and a couple of hours go by. You still don't hear from me. I'm gone.
Goddamn sour cream and onion, nigga. That shit get you every time. Coworker didn't let me hit that, so I stopped helping her deliver her mail. Bitch, that's your own. Get your own mail.
I ain't mad at that.
Okay.
I ain't mad at that at all.
I mean, it's not. You ain't doing nothing. If it's her mail, she's supposed to get it anyway.
Yeah, that's her mail. Fuck it.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't calling no bitch to her face.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? That's your shit. Now you gotta walk.
Yeah, you could feel somebody is a bitch without saying they're a bitch. I still don't fuck with my dad's public wife because she treats my siblings like we weren't here first. Damn.
Public wife. Damn. Okay.
So that is like is that he has two wives, or is that he didn't publicize your mama?
Probably didn't publicize the mama.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Or never even married the mama. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm saying but he was treating the mama like that was his wife.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, even though it was his side piece, he treated her.
Oh, well, don't call that person's mama the side piece if we don't know what's happening. Now you just making up a story that could be detrimental to their relationship.
What you mean? Everybody done been a side piece before.
I've never been a side piece.
Some of our mamas been a hoe.
I've never been a side piece.
You don't know that.
Actually, that's a fucking lie. No, because I was a main one and then they had side pieces.
Or you were the main when you were with him, and when he was with them, they was the main.
Well, I had a baby, so. My brother traded a game I got for my birthday for a watch hat to match his fit 20 years ago.
Damn. It was probably a great game, too. Probably ain't even beat the joint yet.
Oh, I got something like that. A cousin of mine stole $100 from me, and I refused to talk to that bitch. She had been in my presence and everything, and I refused to talk to her until maybe a couple years ago.
Really?
And I was like, I don't care. Like, at this point, I don't care. But I also, like, side-eye her when she be trying to do stuff. Or if she say anything to me. You know what I mean? Like, you know how you have families, like, they'll try to be uppity, but you know they really ain't shit?
No.
Or they'll try to just, I don't know, be fake nice or just be this. I don't know.
I don't have those.
Yeah, yeah.
But damn, you're a good one. You sold $100 for me? it's up till we stuck.
I mean, it's still kind of up. Like, I don't trust you with nothing. I'm gonna be nice
I'm
and
not
funny,
even talking
but
to you.
yeah,
I'm not even talking.
I mean,
to you.
I don't see them often, so it's not like that. But I have seen them.
Are you friends on Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even be friends on Facebook.
Damn, then you start asking questions, and I start getting into a conversation I don't really give a fuck about because I don't care. A boss told my business, so I clocked out and never went back to work.
Okay, that's not really a grudge.
Yeah, I
but,
get that because I don't want to go nowhere where you telling my business.
Yeah.
Been pissed since '97 when my female cousin refused to let wait, what? Let a bum to the crib? I don't know what that means. Sorry, y'all. I'm still mad at my mama for giving me a perm. And listen, me too. I am also still mad at my mama for giving me a perm. And my mama got the nerve to have locks right now. She don't even believe in perms no more. That's crazy. Jay thinks his lights. Wait.
I don't know.
I don't know what it is. My best friend for over 15 years was lying about my relationship with my wife.
Damn, son. That's a reason to hold a grudge.
Yeah. My husband said I was being loud, so I went silent.
Yo,
that's some shit.
That's some petty shit right there.
That's some shit that's me.
That's some petty, awkward shit.
Yeah. My cousin tripped me when I was walking off the school bus. I landed on my face. So you still got to beef with that cousin. That's funny.
I get that.
I'm mad that my ex ain't giving me no pussy, but was upset that I cheated. I'm the victim, not her. And don't you dare. Because why did you do that? Why did you do that?
Because sometimes people don't understand that there is
a way to just leave and not get cheated on or not cheat.
There is cause and effect, call and response.
Oh my God.
Whatever.
You got another one?
Nah, not really.
You gotta have a rule of three when you bring the joke up.
I thought it was, yeah.
Had a girl slash my tires and cut up my Jordans. Fuck Ashley till this day. I would have loved if that came with a last name. Demoted by a racist boss. Lost $35,000 in salary. Lost my house. Fell into financial turmoil. Credit plummeted. Began to drink heavy. Yeah, I hold a grudge. And that was 15 years ago. Took me 10 years to bounce back.
Now, that's a reason to hold a grudge.
That's a good reason to hold a grudge. Yeah. My first wife still has one with me from 2007. I married her early as I joined the Army to ensure she also had security as we lost a child right after high school. Doing the noble thing, she left me think she could get my money and benefits only to find out she was pregnant with our daughter. Long story short, I exposed her for being the side chick of a drug dealer who was more afraid of his woman when I pulled up to confront him. Seymour. There's a Seymour. Wait.
Oh, I can't even get to it.
You can't even get to the Seymour?
Damn, I didn't even know the Seymour.
Damn.
I didn't even know the Seymour.
We made the story shorter than what it was.
Hold on. I want to hear this story. We're going to find this story real quick.
I don't know if we can. That was pretty.
That was deep. Hold on.
Is it from there?
Yeah, it's from here.
We ain't never going to get it.
Damn it.
It's right there. Go down.
Right here?
Right there. Hold on. Wait, is that it?
No,
that's not it either.
Yeah, damn it.
Well, we ain't gonna be able to find it. It's fine. We're not gonna be able. That's not it either.
Damn it. Okay, whatever.
It's all right. Whatever. We never
Patreon.
No, we never gonna learn what's happened. But okay.
Damn, it was getting good too.
Had a friend's ex-wife and kids tell me he plagiarized some of the stuff I did, claiming it as his own. So now I'm trying my damnedest to fuck his ex-wife with the Viagra pills I got from him.
Wait a minute.
That
plagiarized what?
That took a turn because
what?
I didn't think it was gonna go to that.
Not at all.
Wow. Okay. Yep.
Damn.
All right. My general manager promised me a higher position as long as I hit a certain milestone. Then told me the position wasn't needed anymore. He then hired someone else in that position in the same week. I was so pissed I gaslit the new guy into spazzing on the GM and got them both fired. Now I'm getting that position I wanted.
Hey, you know what?
And that's fine.
That's called strategy.
Yeah, honestly, it is. Not necessarily the last one, but a friend was upset she wasn't asked to be in my wedding, and she went around telling people it was based on her size. It was because I didn't want a large wedding party. First of all, that is not what you say. But okay. I even made my husband drop like 5 friends, and that was still too many for me. She didn't come to the wedding, and we pretty much haven't spoken since. This year, we celebrate 9 years married. Damn.
I mean, technically, though, it was.
Baby, you don't know. You don't. She did not say it. She just said. Y'all don't listen to my husband. What is the last grudge you had? Working for a company that deep down don't even know your name. That's good. Took the one I got with Kristen over my damn cookies because I didn't make these cookies that he already paid for.
Makes sense.
But I know him, and that's fucked up. Don't listen to me. That's not how you do business. Came home after a 14-hour shift and someone ate my leftover barbecue. I shut off all the lights. I locked the fuse box and stayed at my mama's house for the night. God damn! Overnight? I'm low-key still holding on to the fact that I snaked in 7th grade. I got snaked in 7th grade. I'm 31 and still looking for this nigga.
Yo.
Mind you, those grudges are from the same person. So that man holds a grudge for real. He's not lying. I used to hold a grudge against my older brother. He used to make me sit up in his room at night until he fell asleep. He is 5 years older, so when he was 15 and I was 10, he could just beat me up if I tried to not do what he said.
Damn. He was scared of the dark or something?
Oh, or just being an asshole. Getting fired pregnant as soon as I put in for my benefits, they fired me before my baby was due. I got a job like that where, that might be my grudge.
What?
It's not the last grudge, but that's probably the longest grudge that I've held. That I was working at a job and I got pregnant and they fired me, and it was really because I was pregnant. But they tried to frame it as something else because I didn't get fired until I said I was pregnant. And they tried to frame it as something else. And every time I see them, I do not fuck with them. Every time I see them, I don't talk to them. And I know I should be over that because that child is 17 years old now.
Damn.
But it's up because why you fire me?
Over the years, my daughter and I
can't even see that baby. What are you doing? You trying to continue it and they don't even remember the story no more, baby.
I don't
Stop.
either, but
okay, just don't worry about
it. Let's take a pause for the cause, man.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
What the fuck voice is that?
My name is Kristen, and this is the moment in the podcast where I try to get you to come out and see us live. We ain't been having a lot of success with that, and that's because we haven't been able, the algorithm been messing with us a little bit, right? So people don't see our stuff. Like we went live the other day on Instagram and they was like, we haven't seen your stuff. We don't know where y'all gonna be. We don't know anything. And I said, hey, y'all still listen to the podcast? And then you're dealing with the fact that some people think that the podcast is just videos. They don't know it's a full podcast. So this is me, Kristen, telling you that May 11th, we're going to be in Chicago at the Den Theater, and that you kind of need to buy those tickets now because if these tickets don't sell, I don't know if we're going back out because I don't know if I want to spend my time doing it if nobody knows that we're promoting a show. So May 11th, it is also Mother's Day, yes. But as I've told you before, do all your Mother's Day stuff in the beginning of the day, come to the show at night, or bring your mother, or bring someone else's mother, or like my husband likes to say, make someone a mother, or just bring your boys. Do whatever you got to do, but come to the show. May 11th in Chicago at the Den Theater. Brand new venue for us. We're super excited about this venue. We've been wanting to do this venue for a while. And I think they're excited about us coming. So buy your tickets ASAP. Let them know that you want us to come to the show. If y'all not buying your tickets, they think nobody wants to see us. So if you hear this message and you are in Chicago and you know other people in Chicago that would love to come to the show, get your tickets now. Pause the podcast right now. Go order your tickets. Start the podcast again. Play that shit. Do you understand what I'm saying? May 11th, Chicago, the Den Theater on Mother's Day. It's a Sunday. We are coming to Chicago, and I think we might be recording this show as well. Please get your tickets. That's my little plea. And okay. A few weeks ago, we told y'all that we got a new mattress, right? Y'all remember that? Now, full transparency, the old mattress wasn't bad, but due to adult activities, we had a little dent that was really bothering me specifically. But after getting this new mattress, I realized that the upgrade that we really needed was in this Brooklyn bedding mattress. Brooklyn bedding really saved the day, or should I say, the night or the afternoon, if we're talking to my husband, with the quality of their mattress. It's truly a pleasurable experience when bedtime is near. And thanks to Brooklyn Bedding, you can save 30% site-wide. Go to brooklynbedding.com and use code ATW at checkout. Sleep on your Brooklyn Bedding mattress for up to 120 nights. And if you don't love it as much as we do, they'll help you return it or pick up a different one. Don't forget to upgrade to the Cloud Pillow Top. The Glaciotex cooling technology leaves you cool and comfortable all night long, bringing you next level comfort matched only by actual floating on a cloud. Brooklyn Bedding has been around for over 25 years, known for top-of-the-line comfort and quality without the luxury price tag. We went with the King Suite Titan Plus Elite. It's really a perfect bed for us. It's firm enough to support us, but still soft enough to feel the comfort you want at bedtime. Go to brooklynbedding.com and use our promo code ATW at checkout to get 30% off site-wide. This offer is not available anywhere else. You have to use our promo code on the very last page of checkout to get this discount. That's brooklynbedding.com and use our promo code ATW for 30% off site-wide. brooklynbedding.com, promo code ATW. I really do like this mattress, though, because we decided between two different mattresses. Our old mattress is actually, like, in our hallway right now because we were trying to make sure that we knew which one we wanted because we didn't want to get rid of the other one, and we really did want that one. So I think we chose a winner.
Yeah,
I think we got one.
Make sure you join us on socials. Full transparency, though, even though I want you to join us on socials, I think we're going to start using another social media page, at least for Instagram, possibly even Facebook. I don't know. But right now, and then we pod is the socials that we want you on. Also, Patreon.
Yeah.
Also, man, join the Patreon. I still see people joining for free. I don't know why. Makes no sense, but whatever. Patreon is where you get extra episodes, man. Kristen actually put something up in our Instagram the other day about things you wanted to see, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I've been trying to get her to cook in front of the camera. She doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Some other people said behind the scenes
vlogging.
Yeah, the only problem
for shows. My problem with preparing for shows is we don't be doing shit.
That ain't even my problem.
What?
My biggest issue with that is I have to do all the editing.
Yeah.
I have to do the shooting as well.
Yeah.
So, needless to say, it's a lot on me. So, but with that being said, I really do want to get it done. So, be on the lookout for some new stuff on Patreon as well. But right now, new episodes, different episodes coming straight to you on Patreon. Make sure you join, and then we podcast on Patreon. Mm-hmm. All right, let's get into some topics. You put this in here. A man is more likely to fall for you if you do something that scares them. Basically, doing something like riding a roller coaster, watching a horror movie, or going on an adventure together can actually make someone feel closer to you.
Because if you're scared, then you're vulnerable. And if you do that in front of somebody else, they've seen all the parts of you. Like a lot of y'all men will go into relationships and just be not stone cold, but like you don't want to express yourself or show feelings right away. So we go out and our first day is a roller coaster. You screaming like, ah, like that.
You're more open.
It's like, oh, you've seen me be a bitch on a roller coaster. You know?
You know what? I was ready to disagree with you, but I get that.
Because you don't like scary movies.
I don't.
And we've never watched one.
No.
And that's probably why you so closed off.
No, not at all. Like, scary movies don't scare me.
What happens? I was about to say, do you?
I don't like them.
But why?
I think they're terrible cinema.
Oh, so if you saw like a good one, you would be fine?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But I don't find them fun.
I thought you were like scared.
No.
So I was like, if I put one on,
What am I supposed to be scared? I'm scared of something on a screen.
Sudden movements. I don't know. Like, some of the scary movies, like a monster just appear on the screen real quick. You'd be like, where the fuck did that come from? You jump?
Yeah, that's not fun.
I've seen you jump.
Yeah, it's not fun for me.
Oh, well, it's not supposed to be fun.
Yeah, I think it's supposed. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought you like would crawl under some covers or something like that.
Nah, son.
I want to see that.
Nah.
Are
Like,
you
now,
just talking shit?
No, I'm dead ass.
Oh, okay.
Now, I will say that I have a fear of deserts and being stuck in a desert. But I've never liked scary movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I a while back, and you'll see how long ago in a second. I don't even think I was dating the girl. I think I was just fucking her, and she wanted to go to the movies, and I was like, I guess I'll go with her. You know what I mean? Because she's gonna give me some great head after. And
Y'all went and saw The Mummy or something?
nah, she wanted to see The Hills Have Eyes. And I told her, yo, I don't do scary movies. You know what I mean? Like, and I guess she thought it was funny. She was like, all right, well, I'm gonna pick a movie, but I'm not gonna tell you what it is. And I said, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying? So I drove up there, and we get out. She gets the tickets. She gives me the tickets. She's like, come on. And we go in there. It didn't say what the movie was on top of the theater like they do now. So I just walked in. Yeah, it was a minute ago. And walked in, and come to find out it was The Hills Have Eyes. I don't fuck with deserts. She thinks it's the funniest thing in the world. So I left her ass.
Wait, so you didn't stop and watch the movie at all?
No, I watched maybe 5 minutes of it.
So what would happen if you watched it?
Nothing's gonna happen, but I don't like scary movies. And
but you said because you're bored of the cinema.
Yeah, I don't like scary movies. Scary movies do nothing for me.
When did you learn that? Because I think that's important for the story.
Quite early.
But you were young. You haven't seen a scary movie since you've been older.
Yeah, I know.
So you might like them.
No.
You scared of them now.
I'm not scared.
That's what I think it's turning into.
It's nothing to be scared of.
They scary. What you
No,
mean?
they're dumb. Now, I do want to see Sinners. And I heard that was a scary movie, and I heard it was about vampires. Two things I don't fuck with. But
why you don't fuck with vampires? You're bored by them?
Yeah.
You're bored by vampires?
Yes.
Why can't you just say you scared?
Because I'm not scared. Legit, I just watched Vampire in Brooklyn. Like,
that's not
a couple of months ago.
That's not the same.
But
also, you watched that without me?
Yeah.
Damn.
I was at the barbershop.
Nigga, how long you at the barbershop? You watched the whole movie?
I was at the barbershop, yep. And I watched Vampire in Brooklyn. I had never seen it before.
Why are you bored with vampires? I'm trying to understand.
I don't find vampires interesting.
Why? What is it about them you don't find interesting?
I don't know. I just never found them interesting.
It's just weird because, like, I think vampires are more interesting than regular people, but you'll watch movies with regular people in them.
I don't think vampires are interesting.
I think they're more interesting because they're old as fuck.
Are they?
Yeah, they thousands of years old most of the time when they vampires. Unless they like are newly bitten. If they're the victim of a vampire and now they're a vampire, then they're a new vampire and they just getting started.
Like, how many vampire stories can you tell?
They're supposed to be immortal, and then they bite people and they gotta suck the blood to get the nutrients. I think that's more regular, like better than a regular person. Like, a regular person in the world is just like, they don't.
But I don't.
They die eventually.
You seem like you were into vampires.
No, I'm just saying. I want you to admit that you're scared.
I'm not scared
because you're just like, I'm bored, and I'm like, what's boring about an immortal ass nigga that be biting people and that's how they get their power?
That shit's whack.
But a regular person that's gonna die probably between the ages of 70 something and 100 and something that doesn't have a long life, don't really bite people, not the average regular person.
Right.
and they just live. They eat food. They don't they just eat food and they shit, and that's what they do.
I don't find those kind of movies to be pleasing.
Okay.
I don't. You know, and I think it's okay.
I'm not saying anything's wrong with it, but I just feel like the word scared is not, or the word bored is not the proper word here.
They don't interest me. It doesn't interest me.
Okay.
So I guess that's bored, right?
I don't know. I'm starting to think it's the same hate that you have for Lionel Richie. There's really not an actual...
No. Lionel Richie...
There's not an actual reason. You're just like, fuck vampires, fuck Lionel Richie.
No. Lionel Richie is a much different hate than I have for scary movies.
Oh, explain.
Lionel Richie...
See how you can't explain it?
I can't.
It's the same thing.
I can't. But with scary movies, yes. I just don't find them interesting.
Okay.
Maybe I don't find Lionel Richie interesting either. That's what it is. I don't find him interesting. But so many people, you know, hold him to such high regard.
Yeah.
I mean, he did some things.
Yeah, they just did it.
Cisco.
They just did a Don't do that. And don't make me do that where I'm downplaying Cisco because I'm not. But don't do that. Don't do that. They have never done a full documentary on him making the thong song. They've never done that.
They should.
I would actually watch that. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I've seen a clip of him discussing the thong song.
Did they do it like a making a video or something like that?
Nah.
Nothing?
Nah. It was interesting though.
Okay.
The story of how the thong song. It was just an interesting story about how him and his friends were talking one day, and the dude, one of the dudes, was talking about a date that he had, and the girl came out and she had a thong, and he was like, thong, 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 thong. You know what I mean? And he was like, oh shit, that sounds kind of fun. I'm gonna make a song off of that. And he you know, created it. And then I think the thong song is one of the best songs ever. Just as a song itself, just the structure, they repeat the first verse twice. Like genius.
All right, so I'm listening to the story. I'm listening to it, and I got it. But you think that vampires are boring?
Yes.
And you think
I
think that story trumps being an immortal as person or being that gets their life from biting other people.
Yes.
You think the dude went on a date and the girl had a thong on and he said, thong, thong, thong. You think that is more interesting than vampires?
Yeah.
That's fine. I just realized we have different. We just find different things entertaining, and that's fine.
Yeah,
I'm okay. That's a great story.
But I said you don't watch that kind of stuff either.
I don't really watch it in here because I don't have nobody to watch that stuff with.
Why do you have to watch it with anybody?
I don't know. I don't really want to watch super scary movies where the kids are around.
Why
but
not?
I just don't. I don't. They have enough night terrors. I don't want to add something to the list. They have night terrors from number blocks. I'm not adding a fucking vampire in there with the reasons that they wake up at night.
Nah, you right.
And you ain't gonna watch it, so like I don't have a lot of time where I'm watching TV by myself and nobody's around.
The older kids might want to do that.
Maybe we'll do that.
I've just never been into scary movies. Like I take that back. When I was super young, Freddy Krueger scared me. And I used to have nightmares about Freddy Krueger.
But that doesn't mean you're into it. That means you were scared, I already assumed.
No. I was scared of Freddy Krueger. But then when I got a little older, and I think the first one I watched was Jason, and I thought that was just the most boringest fucking movie ever. I seen Halloween. I thought that was super boring. And then, you know, as I went, you know, got older and I watched certain things, it's just like these things aren't fucking interesting. Now, Blair Witch to me was interesting.
Because of the way it was shot, you old cinematic ass movie.
That was super interesting to me. I was like, oh wow, I like that. And it's another one that I like. Oh gosh, what is it?
You
The
like
one
I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Never seen it.
Really? Brandy was in one of them.
So?
Oh, they doing a reboot. That's why I brought it up.
Oh yeah, never seen it. Scream was good. Scream was really good.
Because it had like it was like a whodunit.
I don't
guess
know. I don't
maybe
know
'cause
why
the
I
other
found
ones,
it.
it
I
was
think
like-
it was just a really good movie.
I think the other ones were like a central character that was just like, oh, this random figure is killing people. But with Scream, you had to figure out who it was because it was a real person.
Maybe it was that. I think because the storyline was so good though.
Yeah.
It drew me in, and that's what a lot of scary movies for me, they just don't draw me in.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fair to say.
So I don't watch them.
Yeah, you go. Just say you're scared, though.
Did you hear that there's a new color?
Baby, you know I don't give a fuck about that.
You don't care about a new color?
You just went from what we went to say, hey, it's a new color out. I don't know if you know.
What would you say this color is? You ain't never seen it before.
I have, though. They said even the picture doesn't look like what the color looks like. They said the color, you have to look at it under a microscope or some shit. This look like
They call
what?
it Olo.
This look like periwinkle or some shit. I don't know. Baby, what? I don't understand. This is green or blue.
That's green.
But for them to say it's a brand new color. We discovered a new color.
New color,
no, you
son.
fucking didn't.
Did you know purple wasn't a real color?
Yeah, you told me that bullshit the other day. You gotta shut up. I can see purple.
No, purple is not a real
That
color.
shit say it's purple.
It's a figment of your.
It's not.
All right.
I know what purple is.
All right. It's when
It's purple right there in the sign. It say and then we. That's purple. What color is that?
violet.
You shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up in here. Purple and shut up.
Purple and violet aren't the same thing. Violet has a light spectrum or a light.
Baby, are you okay? Mm-hmm. I don't want to do this no more.
Why
okay?
not?
I'm not, because purple's a fucking color.
Purple is not a color.
Well,
baby.
why did they name violet purple then?
No, they didn't name violet.
Yes,
purple.
they did.
Niggas named violet purple.
You think we just came up with purple? Why the fuck did we call it purple? That's not even a cute name for a color. Purple.
Purple ain't a cute name. You ain't never
So
heard
why? So why would we just invent that name?
That's crazy. You ain't never heard nobody named purple.
Yeah, they named violet though.
Violet, red.
That's a nickname. I don't think they come.
That's
out
a
as
name,
red.
though.
I don't think they name it red.
What, the baby red?
Yeah, I think it's just. I think that's a nickname.
But it's still a name.
Okay.
Yeah, blue.
Blue is a
Blue's
name.
a name.
Green. That's ugly. Who did that?
Green.
Nope.
Gray.
Nobody.
White.
I've heard gray, but not green.
I've heard green. Draymond Green.
last name. Green.
Draymond Green.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yellow.
I never heard yellow.
That's just what y'all call light skinned people.
All right. Did I call you yellow? I used to call you yellow.
Baby, you have my picture in your phone beside the color yellow. It's a split screen of my face and the color yellow.
It's a tri-screen. It's your face in the middle, the color yellow on the left, and the color brown on the right. Because when we first started dating, you thought that you weren't yellow. And I asked, well, what color are you closer to? And you said...
So you have to you have to look every day and judge me?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's so fucked up.
But it's but in the middle is a picture that I first crushed on when it came to you.
So fucked up.
What?
Nothing. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
You was so cute.
Was.
Nah,
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Whatever,
It's
man.
fine.
A child's intelligence is more likely to be inherited. You put this in here.
Go ahead. Read it. Read it.
You know, there was a study. And sometimes these studies don't be right, man.
Read it.
From their mother, then their father. And that's why these kids are slow now.
No. Don't call my baby slow.
Why?
My babies ain't slow.
All of them are slow.
No. Don't call my baby slow. They all fast.
No.
They all fast.
No.
They move slow sometimes. Oh, not Caleb. Caleb's fast.
No, Caleb's fast.
Caleb.
Caleb think he's the fastest being on this earth.
Caleb is fast. He run like he's I'm so fast.
He run with his hands up.
Like he fast. I'm so fast. You are fast as hell. You fast. Nah, I believe that.
Research suggesting that intelligence may be more heavily inherited from the mothers. This is because the genes linked to intelligence are carried on the X chromosome, and since women have two of them, compared to men who only have one, kids are more likely to get their cognitive abilities from mom.
Some studies show that paternal genes linked to advanced thinking might be deactivated, especially in the parts of the brain that control reasoning and logic. Mouse studies revealed that maternal genes were more active in brain growth, while paternal genes were tied to physical growth and instincts. I think that's hilarious. Wait, especially in the parts that control reasoning and logic.
Don't touch me.
That makes so much sense.
I'm more logical than you, though.
Yeah, but sometimes you need empathy sometimes.
That has nothing to do with reason or logic.
Yeah, you use logic for everything, but sometimes you gotta feel stuff. Logic is just science. You gotta feel stuff to make decisions.
You see, and this is why I can't do this with my children, because you are making an argument for two
science?
things that don't make any sense.
What you mean? Nuh-uh. What you mean?
I mean that intelligence is one thing.
I think with
empathy is something completely different.
I think they're combined. You can make better decisions when you understand what you're reading.
What you're reading?
Or what you're doing. Like, you'll just be like, science says 1 + 1 = 2. And like, yeah, but like,
science don't say that.
Do
Math
you feel like
says
2
that.
is enough?
Math
you know what I
says
mean?
That.
Yeah, but that's
intelligence. And this is what I know my babies know the difference between math and science.
I think they're linked. I think they're linked. I think if like when when you eat food.
No.
Listen, hear me out.
Whatever you're about to say.
Listen, hear me out. Hear me out. When you eat food and you eat enough, you say, I'm full. Mm-hmm. But maybe you're not full, but you feel full. You see what I'm saying? Maybe you feel full. But logic would tell you that you're not full, you can keep going. Empathy or emotions will tell you, no, I feel full.
Are you ready for that? You ready for this?
What?
Fathers contribute emotionally and genetically in important ways, especially through traits like intuition and emotional awareness. So you want to finish? Want to finish what you were saying?
So while moms may lead in passing on intelligence, both parents play powerful roles in shaping a child's full potential. No, I don't think the emotional awareness is true.
Yeah, man. They emotional because of me.
That actually might be true. I think that is actually very true. You are right. You are right.
The Academy is now implementing a new rule that members must now watch all nominated films in each category to be eligible to vote in final round of the Oscars.
Yeah, they
hate
weren't
that.
Well, okay.
But continue.
Wait.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say they weren't doing that before.
No, I thought they were, but now that they're about to do it, I think it's going to make it even worse.
Why?
Because, like me, I don't like all genres of film. I don't like I'm not into everything when it comes to film. There might be certain things that I do find interesting. Therefore, me selecting categories that I'm actually interested in and voting off of that will get a better yield than having everybody vote on everything, because you're going to pick the things that you're most.
Yeah, because if you're not interested, you're not really going to know what's good and what's not.
Right, exactly.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not with it.
Okay. At first I thought that it was Yeah, at first I thought that it was a good idea, but now that you put it that way, I can understand that.
Yeah.
I can understand that. And damn. And it's just a lot of hours of film. Man. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a lot of hours of film. But okay, that's fine.
Yeah, man. What else? What else we got up in here? You're more likely to yawn if you like the person you're with.
I believe that.
What the fuck?
I believe you're comfortable with them.
No, you put this in here too.
I be yawning a lot, and I don't want you to think I don't like you.
Nah, you know what?
I yawn sometimes on the podcast.
I don't believe this because I yawn even if I'm watching TV and somebody yawns on TV.
Yawning is contagious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's some type
We
of
talking
link.
about it. I promise. It's fill it up in my throat right now.
There we go. Individuals who score higher in empathetic traits being more likely to catch a yawn from someone else. So the more empathy you hold usually means the more you'll yawn if you see a person yawning.
Yeah, I don't believe that then. Not if you
What
be
you
yawning
mean?
a lot. You are not empathetic at all.
I'm mad empathetic.
Are you selective? And I don't think that's how empathy works.
So you can be selective empathy.
I think empathy works just as a general thing. Like when you're talking to someone, like you are empathetic. I don't think that you pick and choose who you're empathetic with.
Fuck that. Like I'm empathetic as fuck when it comes to my babies.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't think it works like that. Maybe
What you
maybe
mean?
that's just called loving your babies. I don't know if it's necessarily called empathy.
No,
I think you love them so you feel
you can
what
love
they
somebody
feel,
and not have empathy,
and
for
they're a
them.
part of you. So I think it's that.
No,
Okay.
man. I think that you can be selective on the empathy that you have for people. Especially if you have empathy. Like for me, I empathize with people that can't help it. Situations, certain situations I put them in a place where they just can't help it. And I find that the most empathy comes out like that for me. If you can help a situation, then it's like
Fuck it.
Yeah.
I can understand.
And most people can help situations, so most people don't get my empathy.
Okay. From you, I completely understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But at the same time, that's why I'm so hard on myself, though.
You don't understand yourself?
I don't have empathy for myself
Why?
because I feel like a lot of things I can help.
Oh, well, since I should stop
I'm
having
very
empathy
controlling.
for you then.
I mean, you can do whatever you want to.
I don't want to do that. That's not how empathy works.
What you mean?
I'm empathetic to everything. To everything.
Yeah, man. You put this in here, and this was actually a good put.
A good
Get on a good put.
Okay, baby, don't do that.
Get on a good
that
put.
Sounds insane.
Let's listen.
No siblings have the same parents. No siblings have the same family. No siblings have the same childhood. Why not? There are a whole lot of reasons. Number one, there's the birth order. Parents don't relate to the first child the way they relate to the second child. Then there's gender differences. Parents don't relate to... I'm not talking about whether parents love the kids or not. I'm talking about what actually happens. The child doesn't experience the parents' love. The child experiences the way the parent shows up. So, number one. Number two, the parents' relationship might be in a different phase, one child and another. Then, the parents might be in a different economic situation. The parents' lives might be different. Then, each child will evoke a different response from the parent. Like with my 3 kids or your 3 kids, it's not that I loved or we loved any one of them more than the other, but we responded to them differently. And there's one more factor, which is children are born with different temperaments, which is they experience the world differently. So even if I could be the same parent to all my kids, which I couldn't be, they'd still have 3 different parents because they would experience me differently. No sibling.
You know what? I hate when people say things that...
Sound like common sense?
Yeah, and then you don't realize you already know that till they say it.
Yeah.
Because it sounds differently, but it's like, I know that. But I never would have...
It was because of the way he said parents.
No, that's not what it was. It was literally the whole message. But that is so true, and it took me a long time to realize that. I'm still realizing that because sometimes I get down on myself because of the way that I treat each kid in different moments. Or it could be each kid in the same moment. I'll be down on myself and I don't understand why I can't give them the same thing that I've been giving since before I had so many kids. So like our oldest, my oldest, she had me for so long where it was just me. There was no you, there was no other kids, there was nothing. And we were each other's first. So all she knew was her time with me. And I can see how, and at that time, I gave her whatever she wanted, she had. She was completely well taken care of. She had anything she asked for at any moment. And now I'm in a position where I'm stretched between 3 other children, and I can't always do that. She can't always get my time when she wants my time, or she can't always get every single thing that she asks for at all times. And I'm seeing how that affects her because she looks at the world in a different way, where she almost feels like she is not suffering, but she almost feels like she is like, it's just like we are in a worse position because she's not getting the full attention she got before. And we're not in a worse position. We're actually in a better position because now we're in a household with another stable parent. Like we're in a bigger space. There are other siblings and stuff. We're in a better position, but because her life was just me and her and balls to the walls everywhere we go, always together, everything you wanted, you always got it. It's a different adjustment for her. And I want to be that set. Like I feel down when I can't get all of my kids everything they want at any time, or I can't give them my full attention anytime they want it, because there's so many of them and there are so many other factors and so many other things going on. So they're not getting the same person that she got. And sometimes I feel like they're being slighted. And I have to remind myself that that is not what that is. Like, it's me trying to, because I'm also learning, again, parents don't know everything. And if this is the first time I've ever had 4 kids, you know what I mean? Like, it was the first time I ever had 1 kid. Like, you're learning as you go. So you're getting me learning.
Yeah. I get that. I understand that a lot. I know I try to actively and consciously give the same version of me to all of the kids, which is not possible, but usually when I'm having one-on-one time with them, completely different experiences with them. But when I'm having, like, I don't know how to explain it because it's still one-on-one, but it's more of a
Everybody's
there,
yeah.
Everybody's around, then they all get the same treatment, you know. Now, as far as them experiencing me, they definitely get a different person, because those were different times in my life. When, you know, for instance, the oldest girl met me, when the oldest boy had me, and when the youngest boys have been around me. You know, different times in my life that molded who I am. But I definitely get how it can be hard. I try not to beat myself up about that, though, only because, you know, LeBron James' father left him, and
oh my God,
LeBron James.
Oh my God.
So a little adversity don't hurt, man.
I think that I'm trying to. I had a discussion with the oldest last night, and she was telling me things about the way I communicated that I didn't necessarily see it the same way she did. But that also showed me that she's getting a different person than who I think I don't know who I am to each child. I have no idea who I am to each child.
Do you think you were like off a lot from what she explained?
From what she said?
Yeah.
I think there were parts of me. I actually think that I didn't think that I was a bad version of me. Like, the version that she told me about, I knew I was that version, but I didn't think it was necessarily bad. And I realized that and not saying she thought I was a bad person, but I just realized that I have to communicate with each kid in a different way. I will give them a blanket, this is how I am, this is how I do things. But I'm also realizing that some of them need to be talked to different ways. I'm passionate about things sometimes, especially when it comes to her being the only girl. She's the oldest. She's going to college. There are things that I think that she should be doing where I'm passionate, but I'm not necessarily trying to be aggressive or anything like that. I'm just passionate about things. But I realized that in talking to her, some of the things that I would say because of the delivery, she wasn't receiving it. With me and you. Like, we are very like, this is what it is. Like, you gotta kind of, the world is crazy. Like, we trying to prepare you, and we can mean it well, but you have to also realize that some people are just not going to receive the same information. We were talking about college, and she was talking about how the way that I presented reasons she should go places or do things, she didn't realize until after, like late, that what I was saying made sense, but because of the way it was delivered, she didn't hear any of that. Like, she didn't hear any of it because she didn't like the way it was delivered. She felt like I was being naggy, or I was pressuring her to do things or whatever else. And because of that, her brain couldn't see past the attitude she already had with the fact that I was delivering it the way that I deliver information.
See, and for me, that wouldn't make me change anything, because you're going to meet a lot of individuals that are going to communicate in completely different ways. And once you start shutting down because they're not giving you what you feel that you need, you will start missing out on a whole lot of things. You have to learn how to accept different communication styles for what they are, and still be able to get the meat or the necessary parts out of it to make your life better. So
that is a conversation that we also had, and she mentioned how, and I'm only talking about this because I know that we have a lot of parents that listen, but she mentioned how she didn't care if somebody else said something. Somebody else could say something to her and whatever. She'll, it doesn't bother her. But because we are her parents, she was looking for a little more comfort. Not necessarily saying that she's like soft and she can't handle anything, but she was looking for a little bit more, looking for something that was a little different than a bitch on the street telling her something, which I understood the more she explained it. At first, I was like, girl, you gonna go out here and it's gonna be people that's gonna say all kinds of stuff to you, and you gonna have to like learn how to navigate your emotions. But you do want a home base when it comes to decision making and just feeling comfortable before you go out into the world and the world is a piece of shit to you. And that I can understand. Which is again, something, being parents, you're learning yourself every day, and you're learning how to approach your kids in ways to teach them that are also compatible with the way that they're going to receive information. I talk all the time about how I had family that all they did was yell at their kids, and yelling didn't do shit because anybody, like, it was more like you were just immune to the yelling. When all you doing is yelling, like, it wasn't like you're talking reasonably, understandable, whatever, to your kids, and they might not get the message. Then there's another level you can go to sound a little bit more stern, where it's kind of like, oh, that's the voice that is I really need to listen. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, kids pick and choose when they listen, but if all they're getting is yelling, they don't know, they can't really distinguish.
But that ain't what we do.
I'm not saying that.
I'm not to all of them.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it's just as far as communication style, like, you have to kind of learn what your child is going to take in and what, what doesn't really work with them.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm not, and like I said, we don't yell at her. It's not like that, but you kind of have to know, you have to be able to differentiate when the emotions, when you're being understanding, when you're being stern, when your message is urgent and you're just passionate. Like, you have to be able to distinguish all that. So that's something I had to learn with her. What works for her, or what works for her, might not necessarily work with all the other kids. What works for them might not necessarily work for her. So I don't know. That's just something I've been learning as we go. They definitely do not get the same parent.
Big parent talk, man.
I mean, I think we talk about so many different things on here that I don't know. I just think it's important that like everybody is not perfect and everybody is learning every day. And I never want to get on the platform we have and act like everything is peachy and everything is easy, because it's not. This shit is not.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. What are we watching?
Well, I haven't been able to watch The Voice this week.
I'm sorry.
You've been busy and I have to wait for you. But I have been watching American Idol. I'm still, yo, they got some singers on there. They got some, I almost venture to say that their singers are better than the singers on The Voice this season. And they got some good ones on The Voice. But I've been watching, and they singing their asses off over there. That damn Jamal Roberts, I slap the shit out of him singing like he does all the time. Che, dude from England, he's singing his ass off.
He's not better than a lot of the singers on American Voice, though.
You have to listen.
I listen to him.
I was gonna name. I wish I'm gonna start coming with the list of American. It's so many of them that I'm like, I don't know. It's so many of the singers up there. Like they singing their asses off, and I actually agree with the top 20. I think that they have right now. I actually agree. Like I'm actually like, okay.
I thought it was 24.
I think they're at 20 now. I think they just reduced it, but all of them, I agree that they should all be there. Like I fuck with them. But yeah, hadn't watched The Voice. I watched. I want to watch You. You came out today, so hopefully I'll be able to talk about that next week because you know everybody love You. I feel like I have watched stuff. I'm pissed about Papa's House.
Yeah.
I am pissed.
If you didn't know, Papa's House is being canceled after one season.
Because they give every show a fucking chance. The show is good. Now, I will say it does feel like something is missing. I don't know what it is. But regardless, it's a good show. I like the show. I don't understand. And CBS, they be keeping everything up there for years. All kinds of shit. So I'm kind of pissed about that. I kind of hope that they find another place to go.
They're not.
I know you said that because you think it's a CBS made show.
Yeah.
But
I don't think that.
Or Hulu. I think it could do on Hulu.
I don't think it's strong enough to bring viewers to.
I don't know. I think it would do well on Hulu. But that's me. What else? I feel like I just watched
Strong enough isn't the right word.
I love a corny coming of age story. So whatever. I just watched this show North of North on Netflix. And it's about this it's corny, but I like corny shit. It's about this mother, this young mother in the Arctic that is kind of trying to find her place in the world. Like she married young and had a kid young, and now she's just trying to be herself and be her own person. So I watched it. It was cool. It was cute. I like stuff like that. And I've been watching Hacks. And the first episode I was like, blah, but 2 and 3, I'm back. I'm back on board. So Hacks is Deborah Vance is such a great fucking character. Like, and I've said this before, you see them shows, they get Emmys, and you're like, what the fuck is that show? I've never seen that show, because you just don't. A lot of people don't watch these kind of shows. Like sometimes they'll just be like, whatever. This show, keep getting awards. It deserves to get awards. It's such a good fucking show. So I think that's everything I watched this week. What about you?
I didn't watch anything.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch the Knicks game tonight, though.
I'm sure you will.
Game 3.
Yeah, I'm sure
in
you
Detroit.
will. I'm sure you will.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. I said Knicks in 6. I also said that we were going to win the first game, we were going to drop the next 2, and then we were going to come back and win the next 3. So tonight, I'm not expecting to win.
Okay.
I'm not expecting to win. You know, we're going to be on their home court. They had a good win the night before, even though Cat didn't really do anything. So, you know, Cat didn't do a lot. People have been talking about Jalen Brunson passing the ball and shit like that, but if I'm passing it to somebody that ain't gonna do shit, you know what I mean? What's good? Mikal Bridges, you know, he's just being Mikal Bridges at this point. I think they should put, and they're not going to do it. Tom Thibodeau is not going to do it, but I think they should put Cam Payne in the starting lineup, because that lineup of Cam with the rest of the starting lineup minus Mikal Bridges, those boys that's they doing it. You know what I mean? And I think Cam Payne is he's ready for the moment.
I'm listening to you talk and I'm looking at your face and your whole tone of voice just changed, and I just hear disappointment in there, and it just you sound so sad, and I'm just looking at my baby like, you know what, baby, that's all right. Like, you look so sad, and I hate seeing you like
I'm
this.
not sad. I just know that this ain't our year.
Yeah, and honestly, I hate my dad calling you all the time, just trying to check on you and make sure you're doing all right. Him and my dad be talking shit to each other about.
That's my guy right there. We talk shit to each other about everything.
Yeah, but he makes sure that he sees your face if the Knicks lose anything. First thing in the morning, you doing all right? I hate watching it. Not my baby. Don't you do that to my baby.
Oh man, shout out to your dad, man.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
Yeah. So.
But yeah. So, but that's all. That's literally all that I watch, and I didn't even really watch that. I haven't been watching anything, like I said last week.
Yeah.
I want to. I just don't have the capacity right now.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's okay. That's okay. There are other things happening, like this show in Chicago, May 11th.
See, you know what? I don't even feel like we gotta do that. Like, you know, I know y'all coming. I know y'all are coming. It's everybody else.
We got to use y'all as our street team.
Yeah, for real.
Just tell the people in Chicago, goddamn, share the flyer, do whatever, because it's just, this algorithm really hates us. Hopefully there are some things happening soon that might help promote a little bit, but definitely just okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here?
No, I just really love Chicago.
Okay.
I love Chicago so much.
That's what it is, man.
Just make sure y'all join the Patreon. Do all the things. Like I said, I think most likely we'll be at the Roots Picnic. So if y'all are out there for that, we're not doing the Roots Picnic, but we just gonna be there.
You said that? You told them that?
What?
That we was going to be at the Roots Picnic?
Yeah, I think I told them that.
Oh, okay.
I think I might have told them that in Patreon. I don't know. But I mean, we'll be out there. We'll just be outside. But I like, you know, meeting people, seeing people, doing all the things. So
damn right.
I felt like there was something else, but I can't really remember. We're trying to solidify dates for Boston, New York, and Atlanta. Mm-hmm. So we're trying to get that together. But other than that, share the videos. Make sure you got the notifications for the lives on Instagram. We're going to be going live more frequently, especially leading up to the Chicago show. But tell a friend and tell a friend. Listen to the podcast. If you like it, leave reviews. Also, do that. That's amazing for us. Leaving reviews on all of the things. Even if you hate it, just don't say, I hate it. Say, they could do better or whatever. I don't know. We're probably not, because we've been doing this podcast for a long time. So you get what you get. But yeah, I think that's it for me.
Okay, cool. Damn, you said something that jogged something in my brain, and now I can't remember what it was.
I said the cities. I said the Roots Picnic. I said Chicago.
Cities.
I said Patreon.
Patreon. Oh yeah. We'll be doing a Patreon this week. We already did one this week, but we'll do another one this week because we were late last week with the Patreon. So make sure you join the Patreon, most definitely. As far as the cities was concerned, no, I was just thinking back to how great it used to be.
When the algorithm was cool, and
man,
people knew that we were coming to their cities. You know what's so fucked up? Them little memories that they got on Facebook be fucking with you, because I'm looking at 2-3 years ago where there's all these reactions on the posts, all these comments on these posts. so many posts saying this city sold out, this city sold out. And I'm not necessarily saying it on some spoiled shit, but it was just when people knew we were coming to the cities. I just want people to know. If you know and then are like, I don't want to go, that is completely different from going to a city, leaving the city, and people saying, I had no idea you were there. That's the problem. It's not forcing anybody to buy tickets. It's just like the people that want to come at least know that you'll be in the city.
Yeah.
That is my problem. Like, I want everyone to be there that wants to be there. But I hate that people don't know because of whatever is going on with this fucking algorithm shit. I hate going on Instagram
It's not
Live.
the algorithm as much as it's our shit.
It's just us.
It's
I
our
hate
shit.
going on. We go on to Instagram Live. We're live. People are like, "Oh my god, I'm so glad I caught y'all live. Oh my god, I haven't seen any of your videos in months." Somebody just straight up saying, "Oh, you've absolutely been shadow banned or something because I haven't seen any of your stuff." I'm talking about loyal followers, and you're like if you see it and don't like it, that is different. But when you don't see it and you like it, it's like, what the fuck did we do?
Yeah. Yeah.
What
man.
did we do to piss these people off
I
when
asked-
they're
I
like,
asked
don't
God
show
that a
your
lot.
shit?
What the fuck did we do?
You be saying fuck to God?
I mean, you get frustrated after a while, and it might come out every now and again.
He'd be like, chill, 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 chill.
Chill, homie.
Yeah, so that's kind of where we are. It's more of like, we just want the people that want to see it to see it.
Yeah.
Like, even on Patreon, we the people that are on Patreon that talk, like, you want to be there. I don't want nobody to feel forced to do any of these things, but I love just building the community that we have. And when our community cannot participate because they don't fucking know, is where I'm like, all right, what are we supposed to do? And I hate to say it, but I'm really like, if these Chicago tickets don't do something, like, I just don't know. We spend the money to leave to go to these cities. And it's just not worth it to go if we don't, if there's like 2 or 3 people there, I'm so glad that you want to be there and that you're there, but we lose money. There's nobody backing us. It is us. We don't have any of that shit.
But it's okay.
No, I like people to know that.
No, but they know that.
I know.
They know that.
I'm just no pressure again, but even just sharing it. No, it's no pressure. It's just like, you share it. Somebody knows, as long as you know. That's all I'm worried about.
Yeah, man. Well, that being said,
Boop.
don't do that.
Okay.
With that being said, and then we had Sex and So Should You. Thanks for listening.
Bye.